Okay, today we are going to learn how to do substitution. Substitution is really good for certain situations, such as when one equation is solved for a variable. So as you can see on number one, we have an equation that's solved for a variable. Y is by itself. That's the type of thing you want to look for if you're going to use substitution. We're going to substitute the first equation into the second. So for the first one, this is how I like to describe this. I will put a box around what y is equal to. Okay, so y is equal to 3x. So I'm basically going to take that, since y is equal to that box, I can plug it in for y in the other equation. I mean, that's what y is equal to, so that should work. I'm going to change colors really quickly. Okay, so now if I were to rewrite the second equation with that 3x in for y, I would be able to do this. X plus, now instead of writing a y, I'm going to put my 3x there. That's equal to negative 32. So again, I just rewrote that second equation and put a 3x in that place. Now I can just continue to solve. Let me just use a neutral color here. So I'll have 4x equals negative 32, divide by 4, and we have x equals negative 8. Okay, now that's where a lot of people think they're done. We're not actually done yet with that. We need to find y, because the whole goal of this unit is to figure out where the two lines cross. We have two lines at the start, so we need to figure out where they cross. This one's pretty easy. I'm going to actually take that negative 8 and I'm going to plug it in for either of the equations, x's, but I think the first one's going to be pretty simple if I plug it in for that one. I'll just have to do 3 times negative 8, 3 times negative 8, and I end up getting negative 24. So that would be what my y is equal to. Let me fix that. So I plugged it in for this x right here, 3 times negative 8, and then that would mean y is equal to negative 24. And I like to write all of my final answers as an ordered pair. So I would do my x first, so negative 8, and my y second, so negative 24. All right, and that is it. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, as you can see, I've already got a box around what y is equal to. So I'm going to plug that in for y in the second equation. So if I plug it in there, then I'll have x plus, actually let me change colors quick. Let me do this color. So x plus 2. Now instead of a y, I've got all of that stuff up in that box. That's a lot of stuff in that box. That's all going to be multiplied by this 2 right here. So let's put it in parentheses. And that'll be equal to 11. Now all we have to do is distribute and solve for x. Let's choose another neutral color here. So I'll have x plus 6x, and then because I distributed that, and then I'm going to distribute to the other one, so plus 4 equals 11. So this becomes a 7x plus 4 equals 11, minus 4 from both sides. So 7x equals negative, oh, I forgot this, 11. So that would be a negative 7. X would equal negative 1 then. We're going to take that negative 1 and we're going to plug it in for an x from one of the first two equations, either one of these two. We're going to plug it into. I'm actually going to plug it into the first one right there. So I'll get 3 times negative 1 plus 2 equals y. And 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. If I add 2 to that, then that would be a negative 1. So y equals negative 1. And I can write my ordered pair now as -1. So that should be a -1 up here. Let me rewrite that. Y equals -1. So then -1, -1, and we're done. Number 3. I've already started to fill out number 3 to kind of make this go a little bit quicker with the process. I took this box, I plugged it in for x, and as you can see, that's what it would look like after I've plugged it in. You can pause the video and look at that if you want to further inspect it. Then what I did is I distributed, as you can see down here in the next line, and this is what I ended up getting. I got a -7y and a +7y. Those are going to cancel out when I combine like terms, and I'm going to be left with 14 equals 14. This is a case where we have infinite solutions. And again, if you think back to it, infinite solutions means that you have two lines that are exactly on top of each other. So that's what that graph would look like. Number 4, I did the same thing. I started by plugging it in, and I just moved it down. So this next line was me plugging it in, and I saw that I have a 3x and a -3x. Well, those are going to cancel out. I'm going to be left with that -11 still there, and then -13. And obviously -11 doesn't equal -13, so that's not a true statement, which means this is no solution. All right, let's do the word problem next. A snack bar sells 2 sizes of snack packs. A large snack pack is $5 and a small snack pack is $3. In one day, the snack bar sold 60 snack packs for a total of $220. How many small snack packs did the snack bar sell? I'm going to jump right into this by saying we need to make an equation that deals with all of the money first, and then we're going to make an equation that deals with everything else after that. So if I'm making a money equation, this is how it's going to look. A large snack pack, let's call large snack packs, or number of large snack packs sold as X. Y will be number of small snack packs sold. Okay, now we got to make 2 equations. So a large snack pack is $5, a small one is $3. So how I would do that, I would say, well, if I'm at the checkout line, they're going to say, okay, so it's $5 for each large snack pack, so your number of large snack packs is that, plus $3 for every small one you bought, and our total was $220. Okay, the other equation is just dealing with this 60. That's the only number we didn't use. So the 60 is a total. It says it's sold a total of 60 snack packs. Well, how would I count out that? I would take all of my small ones plus all of my large ones. I said that backwards. All of my large ones plus all of my small ones to get 60. In this case, I would be able to substitute now as soon as I get a variable by itself. So I would minus x from both sides, and I'd be left with y equals -x plus 60. So I just rearranged this bottom one here. But now that I did that, I can basically get rid of it. It's gone. So now I've got 2 equations, and I need to substitute. So I'm going to put a box around one. I'm going to plug it in for the y value, which is right here. And this is what it would look like. I would have 5x plus 3 times -x plus 60 equals 220. And now I can solve. 5x plus -3x plus 120, I'm sorry, it's 180, equals 220. Okay, so we have, combining like terms, I would get 2x, and then I could subtract 180 from both sides. So 2x would equal 40. So that means x equals 20, and 20 was our what? Number of large snack packs sold. So if there was 20 larges sold, and we sold a total of 60, that must mean there were 40 small sold. And we are done with that one. That's what I was looking for, how many small snack packs. So that's why we're done with that. Let's move on to number 5. Okay, so number 5. We don't have a variable by itself. As you can see, I've already done the work to arrange it so that now we do. Okay, I'm going to take this piece and plug it in for y in the first equation. So 3 times 2x minus 3 plus 4x equals 14. Now we can distribute and just solve for x. So now if I combine like terms with the 6x and the 4x, I will get 10x minus 9 equals 14. Add the 9 over to both sides. We get 10x equals, so 14 plus 9 is 23. Divide by 10, divide by 10. X equals 2.3. And no, we didn't get that wrong. That was kind of intentional that we would get a decimal, because that wouldn't work on a graphing situation. That's why we're learning substitution, a different method, because now we can end up getting decimals, whereas graphs you wouldn't be able to see that it was exactly at 2.3 for the x. So now I'm going to take that 2.3, I'm going to plug it in for this y, I think. So let's do that. If I plug it in for that y, it'll be, or I'm sorry, we're plugging it in for x. Let me take that back. We're plugging it in for x. Let's plug it into this x right there. So it'd be 2 times negative 2 times 2.3 plus y equals negative 3. So this would be a negative 4.3, I'm sorry, 4.6. Plus y equals negative 3. If I add 4.6 to both sides, I'll have negative 3 plus 4.6. I'm running out of room down here. Y would equal 1.6. Is that right? That is right. Okay, so my y is 1.6 then. My x is 2.3. My ordered pair would be 2.3, comma 1.6. And we are done with number 5. Thanks for watching.